really, my mother and I had got into an argument 2 days before, and it was about my feeding tube. I'm like, I no longer need this feeding tube. Can we please have it removed? And she said no. And I had an upcoming surgery, and I didn't want to have it, so I asked her, please tell the doctor I don't need this surgery. I've had it 20 times before. Why do we have to have it again? And she's like, there's nothing I can do about it.
I thought that surgery was for your larynx. You'll have to look over. Today was a very busy day for me, but you have to look over. No makeup and just, blow dried the hair and we went. So this is just a last minute video because I saw some emails I want to speak on, and then I'm going to push this every single day, Gypsy. You said you took your mother's life because she was pushing a surgery, forcing you to. And that's not true. You had your feeding tube cleaned that your mom took you to the ER for. I do believe they got into an argument. I believe Dee Dee set her foot down with Gypsy. I do believe that. I'm not going to show it again, but the past 2 videos I've did has shown her medical records, and that ENT visit was canceled. It never happened, and it was a preclinical visit, meaning that she was going to be seen for the very first time. It wasn't going to happen. Shocker. The fact that I was going to be mute, as she said in her My Time to Tan. Didn't that really happen, though, that she, didn't that actually happen that she commented, like, put something up on her stories and on Instagram and about her book dropping, and she said My Time to Tan, she misspelled. I'm positive that happened. Her New York Times best-selling author, she says on Cameo, which she is not. No, you're not, Gypsy. We've all said that. I've looked that up a dozen times. It didn't even make any list. But anywho, in your book, you said it was your larynx, that your mother was forcing you to get this surgery because your squeaky voice that Nick thought was sexy. She has a different accent and a different tone and a different voice every single time we hear her talk now. It's a little crazy. She also said that she was on narcotics, on painkillers, very high. Well, in her her Mommy Dead and Dearest documentary, she said she was on Xanax. Then she goes on to Dr. Phil and says she's on Xanax and Vicodin. And she was high as a kite and didn't really know what was going on. Let me remind you, they found Gypsy 2 days later after they got to Springfield. No, I take that. Yes. They stayed 2 days in the hotel, and they got to Springfield, and on the 3rd day, she stayed 2 days, 2 nights, and the 3rd day the cops showed up. They did blood work on her at the jail. She had 0 rugs in her system. Let me rephrase that. They found 0 rugs in her system. Now, Anybody knows that if you take these rugs like she says she was, and I don't believe she took them as much as she gave them to her boyfriends. I do believe she did sometimes take them because, it would get her euphoric or whatever. I do believe that. I do believe occasionally she did. And she knew. I'm going to go on a little tangent here because Gypsy was very smart, and the men she was with, they all were addicts. Dan, I don't want to say the other guy was her boyfriend, but I do believe that they spoke too, and that was Dave, the neighbor. He was also on medication. Now, I know she had spoke to other men, older even, in their 50s, and I do know they were all addicts. She does know that she can get money with these medications, or to be 1,000% honest with you, I think she had the medication hoping Dan would come and get her, or she was going to be going back home to Springfield and go stay with him. I do believe that. That's just my opinion. But I'm getting off track. Those would have been in her system still. There would have been some trace in her system of those said rugs. It takes 2 to 3 days to get out of your system, and I know it was more than 3 days. But she said she was taking them and she was an actual addict at the time. Now, if you're on this medication like she's saying, it takes more than 2 to 3 days to get out of your system. It's going to take a little bit longer. It's not going to be 3 days. It's not going to clear out in 3 days. It's just not going to happen. Anybody knows that has struggled with it or knows somebody who has struggled with that. So I'm just going to put that out there. 2 different things. Now it's 2 different surgeries. We're always on this rant with her, changing the narrative. I feel like if this doesn't get pushed out to actual mainstream media, that this girl lied. She lied. And she wanted to compare the narrative that people wanting Ken to take accountability and say that he's gay. I don't hear people talk about this. I don't hear creators speak on this, talk about it. Maybe y'all do. I don't know who she's talking about. So, I don't know. Again, Gypsy, you put that out to the world that he was. You did. What the flip? And, I mean, even Raina, when she got on Sir Morbid's live, didn't help Ken's case either, because she was even saying she was hoping she had a gay son. It's a really odd statement to say, but I guess. But we're going to go over some more. There was emails. And I mean, Gypsy likes to talk a lot about people when she's angry. She likes to get back at people when she's angry, right? So her and Kenner broke up. And when we were talking about the other day, on her live, and her trying to say that him taking accountability for him being gay, and people want me to take accountability for her doing what she did to her mom because she doesn't identify as a murderer, and the KILLER is where he belongs. She pushes every bit of the responsibility off of her. I'm going to say it again. Yes, I know Nick was denied habeas corpus. That's what it was. He was denied habeas corpus. Will he appeal it? I don't know. To be honest, I don't think he should be out of jail. I don't. Or prison, sorry. Do I feel like he didn't have a fair trial? No. Do I feel like Gypsy? This is why Gypsy is the way she is. She always gets her way and gets what she wants. She said she didn't feel like she deserved the time she got. I'll say this again. In some emails I read, and she even commented on someone's post about this. She was dating Jeff when Nicholas wrote her, because she said it wasn't Ken, it was Jeff. Okay, Ken, Jeff, Ryan, Brian, LA fan. Who knows? I mean, she's got so many guys there in prison that she speaks to all the time. You know, it's insane. But Nicholas had wrote her, and I don't know if she was engaged to Jeff. I don't think so. Maybe, but I know they dated and he dumped her. So maybe it was Ken that she was with. But I do know that Nicholas wrote her finally, and Nick still sees her the same as he did before they got caught, before they did what they did to Dee Dee. He wanted everything to go back to exactly the way it was before that night. He's still living in that world, and he still believes in that twin flame love. He loved her. She didn't love him. She used him because she knew that they didn't have an accessory to murder law in Missouri. She knew that. She said, you know, they can't. Well, let me tell you this, Gypsy. You were charged with first-degree murder before they found in your records the whole Munchausen. Gypsy was shown in her doctor's records that they suspected Munchausen, malingering, or Munchausen by proxy, which would mean Dee Dee, right? But then in a ton of other medical records, the notes from the doctor, they suspected that Gypsy was faking tests, lying, exaggerating her symptoms, just like lying about being able to stand. This is all common knowledge, but we're just going over it really quick for people, because I do have people ask me questions that aren't familiar with the case, I guess. But Nick will probably live the rest of his life in love with Gypsy. And that's sad, because, you know, you read some of the very first documentaries and interviews, he's her hero. And now he's a piece of crap, just like her mom is a piece of crap. You'll never hear me talk bad about my mom. And then she goes on to say that Dee Dee is a piece of crap. I have not seen anything where Dee Dee was mean to Gypsy, like physically. I'm going to say it again. No, it's not okay to grift and scam. I feel like Dee Dee took advantage of resources, is how I feel. But I do feel like Gypsy caught onto that really young. Gypsy learned that very young. And she saw she could get trips, vacations, dinners with the entire cast members of Lord of the Rings, I think it was. We seen all that, right? I do believe she was a part of it. And you could say, oh, but she was a kid. She was a kid. I don't think Dee Dee forced Gypsy to lie. I think Dee Dee thought Gypsy was really sick, because, again, they didn't know what was wrong with her. And they didn't diagnose Gypsy with the 1Q21.1 microdeletion until 2011. And then 4 years later, she took her life. what's crazy is after they found the microdeletion, there was very little doctor's appointments. There was no procedures. There was no testing, trying to figure this out and this out. Could you imagine having a sick child and just wanting them to be okay? Because I would do anything to make sure my child got whatever testing they needed. And I mean, nobody wants to see their child sick, right? And I felt like Dee Dee really thought she was sick. You can look at her and tell she's sick. Not sick, but that there's an issue, right? So this narrative that Dee Dee was this horrible person that everybody keeps pushing is just mind-blowing. And people in the comments still defending her. I hope you guys can hear this better. I hope I fixed everything. I'm crossing my fingers. Hopefully it's all good. But let's read some emails because these are a little crazy. These are by Little Frodo and Gypsy complaining about everybody talking about Ken being G-A-Y. I don't like to say that because I could care less if he is. If he isn't, I really couldn't. But the fact that she's, again, pushing the fault on other people when it's her that started it, did it, etc. Sorry, guys. Today is a rough day for me. I woke up with a swollen eye. You can kind of see it's still a little red up here. I had to ice it. So it's a no makeup. My hair, it's been a busy day. And it was windy and dreary and just not a great day here in Florida. What's up with her new accent too, Time? And I'm going to show you a small clip of her live after I showed you what she said. In her apartment. She says it. She's in an apartment. It's more like a condo type place, but she's amped up. So let's get into the description of the emails really fast. Gypsy and Brian talking crap about Ken. Ken make Gypsy cry all the time. What's new? Calling off the marriage. What's new? Gypsy triangulating Brian and Ken, and Brian meeting Gypsy in prison while she's engaged to Ken. Ken, you said this was, somebody who was cheating and talking like this nonsense because it was a heightened emotion situation because y'all broke up. You ain't broken up here. Oh, Lord. Gypsy agreeing Ken is a Turkish toad. Let's get to it. Hey, girly, how are y'all today? How's my little cutie pie? I miss ya bunches always. Don't know who it's from. Hey, blank. So I may have to go back to county as a witness on Nick's behalf. You were subpoenaed. The prosecutor said he won't use me, but the defense could. And trial is like 3 weeks away. Does that not say everything? The prosecution did not want her as a witness to help their case. But the defense used it in hopes that it would help with Nick to at least not get life without parole and at least get him a chance for parole. It didn't work. But again, I'm not going to comment on that. I do know he lost the appeal. I mean, he lost his habeas corpus filing that he did. They denied it. And I know he can appeal it, but I don't think it's going to change anything. And that's what's so crazy is she gets to walk scot-free. Because you do, Gypsy. I don't care what you say. You felt like you didn't deserve to get 10 years and you knew you were only going to have to serve 8. And then was mass copy paste emailing people to write letters on your behalf to get you out at 6 years. Just saying. And you were legitimately... She told her lawyer going in that she couldn't live life in prison. She couldn't do it. She could not do it. Or that she would take her life if she had to do that. But you're okay with the person that you manipulated and that you coerced, and you had to do it for you, because you knew there was a law in the state of Missouri that you could not get charged as an accomplice, because there's no such law there, but you were charged with first degree premeditated murder until they saw the actual Munchausen malingering or Munchausen by proxy statement in one doctor's notes. But all the other notes was just malingering by you, Gypsy. You were malingering or Munchausen, which is fictitious behavior is what it's called now. And that you were intentionally faking tests, you were intentionally making your symptoms worse, and that you were lying. Several other doctors, well, the medical records from the doctors stated this. It was you. Yes, one doctor did say it because, I mean, you know, either she is or the mom is telling her to, but most doctors seen it was her. I'm nervous. I have no idea how I will react when seeing him again. I have my tablet in my hand. Smile. I love when 1980s does that. Okay. Thinking of you tonight. Good night, my GQ. Oh, I don't know. Mod? I guess. I don't know. I guess she means model. Mr. GQ Mod, please. You girls and your low standards. You loved talking to me the other night. You should love talking to me every night. I can't say there are many angry F love and relationship songs besides Closer by NIN. I would have suggestions for good, get nasty, and F songs, or angry F. This crappy I'm saying this nicely so I don't get, this is horrible relationship type of songs, but I honestly doubt they would be in your music inventory list. I doubt it too. And then she replies, okay, I'm going to call you tonight. Your ears must be burning because last night I told Blank straight up I wasn't with him, that I would be with you. He made the comment of, I wonder if you wasn't with me, who would you be with? I bet Blank, and I stayed silent. Then later said, yeah, I would. He was like, I can't believe you just said that. He said he would drop kick a midget. What? LOL. What? Don't make a comment you don't really want to know the answer to. Just saying. And I told him that I call you like twice a week. Last night we were very close to breaking up. Not because of you, but because of other things, the distance, the lack of communication, my prison time. It's like when you see that the relationship's ending, but holding on for dear life because it once was so exceptionally good. You know, in your heart, the end is coming, but you stay in denial longer just so you just so you don't have to face the music, the pain, but each moment kills you inside, knowing the inevitable. I can't read it, you guys. Her writing and her spelling is just, oh God, I'm sorry. It just hurts. Anyways, I had a dream You were in it. She always says this, that she has these dreams about people, and I don't believe her. I just don't. I'm sorry. You were in it briefly. It wasn't, well, I'm shocked. It wasn't sexual. It just was you kissing me. Well, then it was. Come on. I don't know what I thought that. I don't know what brought that on. Okay. I have a suspicion, I think, blank. Is he phone problem? What? What is phone problem? You guys help me out. What's phone? Oh, we kind of got into it tonight. He was being Mr. Territorial. Sad face. Oh, God. Note to self, don't mention you in a convo again. This time I was not trying to poke the beast. However, I did. An hour-long lecture of it anyways. My point is the email. What? My point to this email, each time I call back after, we may be hung up in an angry, if I answered, meaning it works when it's convenient for him. Highly suspect. I am going to have a stroke. What was that? What was that? I don't get it. Hey, Blank, how are you? I'm back from county jail. I effing hate that place. I'll call you and tell you all my news stories. LOL. Did you send those hard copy pics? Wow. That's a pretty amazing playlist so far. Okay, I don't care about that playlist. Duh. Listening to Fireflies, thinking of you. Have a good night. So the comeback from Blank. Don't be mad because Snow White didn't choose one of the dwarfs. She chose the tall, dark, handsome prince. Oh, well, dang. I think it's hitting below the belt these days. Short jokes suck. Whatever. Be thankful you're not fiance number one. Let's just say. Parents can be so nosy, all up in my grill. Happy Thanksgiving 2018. Love, Gypsy. Hey BFF. So I just watched the episode of This Is Life with Lisa Ling. Okay, I don't want to, that's not. Okay. Hey, weekend was good. I still don't know about the wedding in July. I did eat some good food though. Me and Blank is going to the Super Bowl party at REC. That's all it says. We are sending you hugs. Just got the pics in the mail. Holy, I'm trying to say it nicely. Holy Blank, you got it going on. Those are hot. Trust and believe they will be of great use. Winky face with tongue out. So gross. So you may want to, I don't know who this is from, but so you may want to warn your mom that the girl who you have been friends with the last year and a half is officially a Lifetime movie. It's called Love You to Death, and I premiere January 26th. I guess she's talking about her. And then that was from Gypsy. And then Gypsy. So you're trying to set me up for another drive-by. I see. Okay. I can't believe you're willing to share boyfriend number 2. I don't have that much of me to share. Smile. It's hard to look up someone with just a name on Facebook. I could use whatever hometown she is from so I can narrow down the search. You could also give me her ID number so I could look her up in the inmate database. I don't know what this is about. if it's actually her, does she have any kids? I suppose friends wise, but really don't matter, but it's good to know. You say she's cute, but I don't know. I'm very picky, so I'll be the judge. LOL. Huggies. I don't know who that's from. But King to you last night, blank King to you last night, I was thinking we could be of a benefit to one another. You're single and I have zero sex life with blank and was shut down last night. Now he wants to dodge that topic because he knows I'm slightly uncomfortable with him. But instead of working on it, he totally shut me down like I'm too tired style or some other time. So perhaps we could utilize the attraction between us. This is from Gypsy. If the moment arises, I'm perfectly comfortable with you, so what's up? This is from, I'm going to say that this is like Brian. I'm going to assume. A benefit to one another, you say. Interesting. Oh, come on now. Zero sex life? That describes me the last few years. Eek, at this point now, LOL. Wow. I can't believe that horn with a Y, Turkish toad, cannon. Is that not crazy that this is said cannon? Can. Everyone's like cannon. Now it's cannon. Turned you down. That's why she says that. That is exactly why she says cannon. Do you hear this, Ken? Cannon. Can. Do you know why she says that? Because the dude she's having, online sex with made fun of you. Duh. Seems to me like telling him you were in any way uncomfortable has shut him down for business completely. I'm sure at some point he will come back around. Anyways, I'm not exactly sure about how exactly we're going to utilize this attraction between us. If the moment ever arises, of course. Hope all is well on your end. I just looked it up and I send the pictures online on November 29th, a week today. Talk to you soon. That's either Jeff or Brian. Okay, this is from Gypsy. So I'm crying again because of blank. Cannon. You were right about him. He does make me cry too much. He called off the wedding. For real this time. Y'all, for real. There's no wedding. This is not my wedding finger, by the way. This is my right hand. Mirrored. It's not going to happen in July or anytime soon. He always does this. He tells me pretty words. Then when it comes, she didn't say it. I'm feeling it in for her. When it comes to making good on those words, he backs out last minute. He did this with the move and now the wedding. I see a pattern with PADDERN. I see a pad. Darn it. Oh my God. It's like anything to do with me. Sigh. I'm just so hurt right now. I'm just so hurt right now. Like I can do is cry. Dude, I cannot. I'm going to stroke out. I swear. I was so looking forward to this and had a party planned. All my friends think we are getting married and now I have to be humiliated. You guys, it's not the point that they aren't good together and they are toxic. We've seen this in the show. We see it online. We see it daily with them. But it's the humiliation. By telling everyone that he changed his mind. I'm really bad at hiding my emotions when I'm upset, so I can't play like I'm okay when I'm really just heartbroken. I have a booger. I hear it. There. That hurt. I had such high hopes. I feel so stupid right now. Well, I guess I won't be ruining the month of July for you after all. Happy? And he cuts off. He mentioned you LOL last night. blank. I don't know. It just says he. I'm so ready to just throw in the towel on this relationship after fighting, because this is from Gypsy. After fighting and making up a few days ago, tonight he took out at 8 p.m. at night his female coworker. We all heard this, for ice cream, and she's pretty, and he ignored her. She leans on him, and you can read it if you want to pause, but I've read this several times. Hey, I finally have my copy of our pic. How's your night? I have my tablet in my hand. Smile. Credit to 1980, millennial. I'm hoping to get the pics, but haven't got them yet. So maybe I will. So maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Home face. Miss your face. By the way, Pony is effing hot as F. I feel like being naughty. This is one of those times I wish this wasn't read by the facilities team of jock blockers. LOL. Not to mention what defines that line that I can't cross these days. The more we talk, the more the line gets blurred. What do you think? This chick is delusional. That's what I think. I think she's straight wackadoodle. Good morning. Thinking on things last night, and you're right. Rushing into getting married just out of insecurity is really not the way to go. No crap, Gypsy. But here you are trying to get people to guilt Ken into marrying you again. Doing the same thing. Your pattern repeats over and over and over and over. Anyways, on today's list of to-dos, I'm going to the gym. What else is new? How's the pool biz going? That's definitely Brian, because he had a pool business. Dear BF, that's boyfriend, right? Number 2. So my talk with boyfriend number 1 went epically bad. He called off the whole engagement. I'm 2 feet from being single. I need a drink, and I don't mean alcohol. I mean a huge Pepsi. Y'all, but she didn't drink Pepsi. How would she know what it tastes like? There's another lie. Let's just call this out too. Gypsy, you said your mommy didn't allow you to drink Pepsi, but you drank it out of a bubba for 23 years. Your teeth didn't rot because you were sucking a bubba for 23 years, eating candy and drinking Pepsi, right? The bottle sucking alone is why your teeth are the way they were. The fact that you think any dentist is going to be like, her mama said take them teeth out. Let's go. Get the flip out of here. Can't wait to get your pics. Hugs, Gyps. Also, can you please send me your playlist of songs that you want me to check out? Now that I have access to the music, I can start belly dancing again. I want to go to a Renaissance Fest and enter a belly dance contest one day. Smile. And here's another one. Grr, I'm so pissed. So every time you call me, even if I answer, I get a voicemail with the, do you accept this call? And that's it. Okay. Okay. Maybe I am enjoying this a little much, but can you blame me? I've been locked away from technology for 3 years, and yes, I will be good. Smile. I call you tonight after work and dinner. Hugs. I'll call you. I'm just going to do it for. I will call you tonight after work and dinner. Hugs, Jip. P.S. Just go with a funny no. I can't read it. I wish I could. A funny no. Nin. I don't know. I wish I could read that, but I can't. It's cut off. Oh my God. When I say I have, she means cojones. Cojones. When she has When I say I have chachonis, I cannot. As big as Texas, I just got into my first spitboxing match. I am all empowered, I tell you. I'll tell. Did she not know how to put a wheel or aisle in front of the rest? I am all empowered. I tell you about it soon. I can't wait for some new pictures. I will send you some too when I can take a good motorcycle picture. You're welcome for the deposit. I told you I would send you the money from Securus when they finally gave it to me. You know, I honestly didn't give it too much thought as what I should wear. I will wear plain old shorts, but for a shirt, I'm not sure. I can either wear a graphic t-shirt that says something funny or mildly inappropriate, or I could wear a nice button down. Even though I'm not a button down fan of wearing them. We are taking a picture though, so I will wear a nice button down and see how that goes. LOL. I think you're enjoying this email thing a little too much. LOL. And for the love of Christ, don't do anything crazy to get in trouble before I get there. Don't be spit battling, Gypsy. Oh my God. Oh, could you imagine? Wait. I didn't get to spit. Wait. I won. I gotta stop. Oh, God. You deserve that, Gypsy. Just be a good girl for another 2 weeks for me. I don't think you get visits down in the hole. Well, I bought tickets to Worlds of Fun last night. Yay. I gotta make a list of crap I need to bring with me. I have a feeling I'm going to forget something or book something in Kansas, Ohio by accident. Hope to hear XOXO. You seriously spent 25 just to respond to my smiley emoji? Actually, when you send money, it gives you the option to send a free small message. I had already sent you an email, so I didn't have anything to really say, but I couldn't waste a free message, so I decided to keep it simple. So you did get the money I sent you, right? I sent you 30. Oh, just 30? Which is the money Securus gave me back as a refund for the phone bullcrap. Hopefully that will help you out a little until your next allowance. She gets allowances, y'all. I did end up calling the jail and talking to your caseworker. She assured me the administration knew how far I was coming and all the facts, blah, effing, blah. But she said in a nice way to basically get effed. And there is nothing she could do. So with that said, it is what it is. F them. We are just going to have to make the best of those 4 hours and party hard. Were you going to party in the visitor room? What? Y'all are weird. I was debating on if I had time to go to the Worlds of Fun amusement park in Kansas City, but with this bullcrap, I guess I will just end up spending my Saturday there. Would rather have spent that time with you, but I guess I'll have to ride some roller coasters to drown out my sorrows. Talk to you soon. How did the Bitch Fest go? I'm super bummed about only the one block session. But hey, I'm just happy to see you, and it stops there. Oh, I'm happy you are coming anyway. Hey, Blank, I saw you send a deposit. You didn't have to, but thank you. I appreciate it. It's very much needed. So I'm just relaxing tonight. I'm not overstudying. She's not overstudying. Like, studing. I feel like my head is going to pop if I don't take it easy on the books. We are just 2 weeks away from our visit, so what are you going to wear for our picture? Some of these are like out of order. Hey Gypsy, got your letter. My week is going pretty good. Thanks for asking. I'm pretty much the norm. Did you actually read the horoscope? This is stupid. The tablets are going to be cool. You're going to be able to do a lot with that ish. You're lucky you will get some of the perfume samples in your mags. Okay. So you're going to rub some perfume for our visit, huh? I'm going to make it just that much harder to resist the urge. I'm sure you will be looking for I'm sure you'll be looking foxy no matter what khaki color mix you end up wearing. You're nervous? You have done it. You have done TV interviews and are like damn near a celeb. That's why I say there's not something mentally right when these people say she's a celebrity for taking a life. Okay. So if anyone should be nervous as F, it should and is me. But I'm glad to hear that you are excited. I hope the picnic area is open too. Can you bring vending machine food outside to eat? If so, that would be pretty cool. So you told Blank, LOL, about the visit. How did he take it? Did he go all caveman and start grunting? I will see you bite pics soon. Okay, so there's nothing really more. Now I want another response. Yeah. Good morning. No M, just good morning. I didn't know. I thought it was morning, but I guess in prison it's mornings. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for another sweet phone conversation. And for the record, I think you are perfect boyfriend material. Winky smile face. Only the shallow care about the situation of a man. A true relationship loves only the man. Remember that for in case I get replaced. Hung face. Hugs and have a good day at work. Hey there, so I only got 8 hours extra duty for my violation, which is awesome. No orange. I'll call soon. Hugs, Chip. Hello, Han. Hello, Handum. I cannot. Hello, Handum. So, I be calling you tonight. You see it, so I be calling you tonight. There is never I will or I'll. No, there's not. She don't know how to do it. Does not know how to do it. I be calling ya. I need some love from boyfriend number 2, Misha. Jesus, weird. Hey Gypsy, how you been? I feel like it's been a while since I've talked to you, so I figured I would send you a letter. I was filling out the form for the visitation, but one part of it puzzles me, just under the part that asks, have you ever been found guilty or pled guilty to a crime? Ask most recent date, and I'm not sure what date it's looking for exactly. This is definitely Brian, because I know he had prior charges that she put out and it got out, and he even got into the comments of videos and was defending himself because he was mood. I may just call the jail. Do you see how out of order everything is? Anyways, I hope school, your job, everything is going good for you. It's been getting warmer here, so it's been busy at work with the whole swimming pool thing. It makes me money, so I really can't complain too much, but I will anyways. I don't think I told you this, but because I don't have much to say in this letter, I'll tell you that I've been growing the top of my hair out for about 9 months now. I got what I guess you could call a man bun. I'm honestly not sure if I want to keep it going or cut it back down short like I was. Who knows? Funny thing, right? You tell me about those voodoo chips that I actually found at my local dollar store. So I brought a bag to work and gave some to the kid I work with. And he loves them. But she doesn't eat chips like that, right? Anywho. Went to the store, got a few bags, and even his parents liked them. I thought that was pretty funny. So I read on Facebook that you have to add the E at the end of Blanchard. What's up with that bull crap? Friggin' jail and their stupid ash rules. I hope to hear from you soon. So, there you go. Let me go read you. No, my video is too long, but there are so few lies we caught in that too, right? In the emails, and I'm sure if we read every single email, we would. But the best was the spitting contest. Gypsy got it. How was you able to spit? You don't have no salivary glands. I'm just curious. I mean, you overdrooled before. That would have been disgusting, probably. But anywho, I digress. This just might be a long video. So I'm going to replay the Ashley baby video for you guys since there was issues with the volume. I don't know what happened, so I apologize again. I do know that there was a lot of unstable network on my phone yesterday. I don't know what was going on. I don't know. So I'm going to repost that really fast. Credit to Ashley baby off of TikTok. Love her. And this is about people literally tell her she's wrong and that no, babe, her mom had her teeth taken out. They were healthy. So this is what it is. Let me just play it for you really fast.
Rose signed to get her own teeth pulled. You can look that document up. It's posted everywhere. I'm pretty sure I posted it. She gonna sit here and tell me her grill wasn't fucked up? She wasn't having some major fucking issues going on here? Not to mention her microdeletion, 1Q2 1.1, fucking affects the teeth. I'm sure it wasn't helping that she was drinking sugary ass Pedialyte out of a bottle until she was 23. From what Gypsy says, as far as Gypsy Rose's feeding tube, she had a feeding tube when she was young as hell, while she was still living right by Rod and Christy. If you read her medical records, which are posted everywhere, doctors documented that they did all kinds of like feeding studies with Gypsy, and their conclusion was Gypsy was not eating enough to sustain herself. I did this months ago, where they did feeding studies with Gypsy. Even documented her weight as that of a 7-year-old. 2004. This has her real birthday, 1991, by the way. She would have been 13. You realize that? Loves to say her mama shaved her head, but her hair has always been short since a young child. God knew Gypsy had a microdeletion. She probably had cancer, the same cancer that is linked to her microdeletion. Lymphoblastic leukemia. Gypsy talks about her having this microdeletion in her book. She found the microdeletion in her medical records. She gets on the internet and starts searching. And what did she discover? Something staggering. Microdeletion is known to cause developmental delay, intellectual disability, physical abnormalities, and neurological and psychiatric problems. What a coincidence. Every illness my mother claimed I had fallen beneath all of these umbrellas. She acts like she didn't know she had it, but she texted her neighbor. This is the text they leaked to the news when the murder happened. And here's the whole text where she tells her neighbor about this microdeletion and how it caused all her health issues. Gypsy Rose herself was accused of malingering in her medical record, lying on her sensation test done on her legs, lying on her fucking hearing test, and doctors said Gypsy was malingering. One doctor said that Dee Dee possibly had Munchausen by proxy, or that there was some other underlying etiology causing Gypsy's symptoms, which there was, the microdeletion that wasn't found till 2011. That specific microdeletion wasn't even found and documented by doctors until 2008. Like, the first case wasn't documented till 2008. There was literally no blueprint for Dee Dee to go off of, man. What y'all talking about? What's she gonna Google to make them symptoms match a microdeletion that she didn't know Gypsy had until 2011? Gypsy was having symptoms from birth. The fuck? Gypsy's own grandfather in Gypsy's documentary said as a baby, when Gypsy and Dee Dee were living with them, Gypsy had to be on a monitor that kept up with her breathing. He said the monitor would go off when Gypsy would stop breathing, and they would have to get up in the middle of the night and go wake her up to make her breathe again. How the fuck was Dee Dee doing that while she was asleep? How was Gypsy faking that? It wasn't fake. Gypsy was fucking sick as a kid. Lastly, people lessen over time with age. Look at all the ones that improve. Like children with mild conditions who receive appropriate treatment develop adaptive behaviors as they get older, may cope well. Lastly, Gypsy Rose was lying to her mother about her symptoms. She told Nick about it. Y'all can read all this. She straight up told Nick she lied to her mom and didn't let her mom know she got feelings back in her legs after she had a seizure during surgery. She had a history of lymphoblastic leukemia, a history. They never said she still had it. She had a history of it.
Oops. I love Ashley. She just gets into it. Baby. I want to show you one more thing. Just going to read this email. Out of curiosity, why do you have an interest in me that way? Other than a physical attraction, what other reasons do you have for taking a romantic interest? It just piqued my attention that when you said you felt disappointed when I told you I have a boyfriend, I do remember being super into you right after our visit. I remember thinking that you were super cute. I think you're funny and very witty, but I haven't seen a romantic side of you. And by that, I only mean you haven't tried to woo me. I think this is to Jeff, because Christy and Jeff are friends. I don't know. That's just my opinion. We laugh and play, but I, for the most part, have kept my romantic feelings at an arm's length away, and maybe it's because of my relationship with Mr. in the Closet. Gee, Gypsy, another take at Cannon, that you just, we just heard Brian say that to her. I think that's where she got the Cannon. She's calling you that because of Brian. This is either Brian or Jeff that she's talking to. I don't know, maybe I just am curious. What would a relationship with you be like? Anyways, a new old job is keeping me uber busy. So, oh my God, I saw Ebony today. She's getting fat. Hello. Okay. I just told Blank that I want to have your babies. Well, I'll explain next time I call you. Smile. I said I want to have little baby Goldens. That's it. Let's see if there's something really fast. Oh, taking applications for a new boyfriend. Anyone want a girl who is affectionate, a hopeless romantic, loves to cuddle, totally a freaky deaky. Hashtag dumped. Hashtag Ken sucks. Hashtag Ken is a gay fan. Wow, Gypsy. That's super cruel. How do you feel about that there, Ken? My name is Gypsy Rose. I'm 29 years old, 5'0", 115 pounds. You wish. Single, never been married, no children. I wish, too. I am interested in sharing compatible companionship with someone who can pique my interest and who I can build a strong connection with. I am a passionate woman with dreams of traveling the world, experiencing all the wonders that life has to offer. This is a fantasy. This chick is still. Aw, you're awesome. I'm afraid your gift is to Kitty 3 years from now. I'll be taking new pics tonight. If they are good, I'll send you a copy. Smile. Make my lone wolf days a bit better, you say. Well, I'd allow it, but you're treading on dark territory there, winky face. A kiss on the cheek, that's how it begins. Ooh. That's supposed to be a halo angel emoji. Totally might be about sending new pictures. It's just that I don't want to make you fall in love. What hair color do I like in a woman? Are you asking because you want a color change? In my world, purple would be my choice. Dang anime. But honestly, they're all fine and I wouldn't turn down either. What would you do if I told you that I was sweet on you? I don't know if this is from Gypsy or to Gypsy, because they don't say. That I kind of want to be a sub for your distinctional... What? Distinctional toy. Wink. My lips won't fall off. This is from Gypsy. Absolutely. What if I told you I was sweet on you? And then can I suck your... Hey, handsome, I wish I could come over to your place. Does your bed still have the vacancy sign? Wink. Do you think I'm a pretty girl? Do you think I'm sexy? I was out there. Would you ask me out? Do you... If? Where's the if? Oh my God. Two lonely wolves could make some cute cubs later. And great doggy style. Wink. Jesus. Okay, so hold on. I thought that's what, okay. I wanted to make sure I read that right. Oh my gosh. This is from Gypsy. Okay, so I figured I'd answer your past emails. First, you should always send me pictures regardless of how good they come out. My second issue with, I'm just going to say second because you don't get it. Submitting my application are as follows. I'm old AF and don't know if I can spare the time. Seriously, I need a kid and the vagina to help me get one, like now. So the first decent looking girl to walk my way is going to get it hard. This is not from Gypsy. 2, you need someone who's more stable than I am. For example, or however it's spelled, although he is clear as a $3 bill, he did have a steady, decent income job and lived more or less on his own. Me, on the other hand, I get a new job like every 3-ish years. Okay. So they're saying they're saying he's as gay as a $3 bill because, you know, it's that distinct and that easy to spot. This is really crazy, y'all. That's crazy. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. This is interesting. I need you to look up a guy. I think I'm being catfished. Girl, you catfishing everybody today. This guy named Blank Blank from Texas. I don't know what part. Dark hair, eyes, medium skin tone. Go on Facebook, put in his name, and then put in dark hair, dark eyes, medium skin tone. He sent me a picture. When I tell you he looks like the guy who played Magic Mike, it's not a pic of that actor, but it's a handsome as F dude. I need you to do some research. Well, Blank and I are no longer friends. We had a big falling out. Please tell me you sent him my pics. Blank, when I tell you this dude is drool worthy. He is even sexier than Ken. I got 30 days room restriction and 6-month visiting suspension. Sad face. She needs some material. That is the big red flag that has been there since day one. That's all it says in that blank. Blank, please text my good pictures to this number. His name is Blank, by the way. Catfish guy is real and he is so effing fine. I am asking all my friends to please send me a few new real photos of themselves as I am creating a scrapbook of all. Well. If this ain't a shocker, because Gypsy always does this when she has a breakup. Dear Blank, I know this may come unexpected. I have had my friend message you previously, but I do not know if you are even viewing any messages at this point. You have been on my mind lately, and I truly feel a lot of regret about the past. It has been a long past few years since we talked, and I am not the same person I was when you knew me. I have grown from many experiences that have shaped who I am today and the woman I am today. is reaching out because I care about you. Many experience, and I still to this day feel saddened by the loss of our bond. I know that we had parted on bad terms and I was very irresponsible with the feelings that were involved. But trust me when I say that I would never do something like that now. It isn't my character to make those same choices. I was such a stupid little girl back in 2017. I was still not yet matured. With only having a short time of my newfound life in prison, now having almost 4 years passed and a lot of mistakes between then and now, I do not think you would be so disappointed. I am sorry for hurting you, by the way I did. I now see I had a really great guy in you and I wasn't able to give you the same devotion you deserved at that time. I know better now. I would be grateful if you could find it in your heart to respond. If it would suit you, us have a phone call for the first time in a very long time. These days I am not in a relationship. I have made poor choices in that area of my life, so I have been more focused on preparing for my life outside of prison. I see the parole board on December and will know my exact date of my release at that time. If you would like, you can email me and I am able to respond back to emails, though the email service JPay. If you do not wish to ever hear from me, I understand, but I thought I owe you a real message from me. I will be happy to hear from you if you do reach back out to me. Sending my hugs. This is like every single thing she says in for everything. The murder, a breakup, hurting somebody. I've grown. The parole board. And so it's the same wash, rinse, repeat with her. Same old, same old. Same old. I wanted to show this really fast. TikTok snitch. Never seen her, don't know her, but she is snitching on Gypsy. Listen to this and look, Gypsy, someone put justice for Dee Dee on a post, and this is just goes to show you how Gypsy's in every single comment section, and she is. And she puts a laughing emoji. But you'll never hear me talk bad about my mama. Okay, do you see this, Rod? And there does need to be justice for Dee Dee. Because you're not... Sorry.
Got a real kick out of someone saying justice for Dee Dee on a post. She couldn't even control herself. She had to put a
Look at that again.
laughing emoji in the comments. Justice for Dee Dee.
Someone put justice for Dee Dee in one of Sheena's posts. She's laughing. Of course, Sheena's always laughing because, you know, birds of a feather flock together. Same crime, same. Well, Sheena didn't get time. She pled out and sealed her records. Gypsy did the laughing emoji. Sad you laugh at jokes about your dead mom. My mom just passed away. She was abusive, but I just moved out. She didn't take her life. See how easy that is, Gypsy? So I'm just going to end this video with, you know, again, we just heard her tell Dr. Phil and also in Mommy, Dad, and Dearest that she was getting, you know, pushed to the point of no return because her mother was making her have the surgery for the feeding tube, a surgery she's had 20 times before. And she said that that is where she was done. Remember that, right? Because, I mean, we've all heard the audiobook. I didn't like personally go read it off of my Kindle account. I did not. I will safely and yes, I did not. I watched it be read on YouTube live and TikTok live. I listened to it that way, just so she didn't get the view or the money. She is not a New York best-selling author, but she said what that line that got crossed was that that feeding tube, right? I put it in other videos, but I'm just going to put this in here for her because I love Audrey. You guys know I love Audrey. Credit this to Audrey. So yes, here we go.
Really want to know, what was the final straw? What was the moment I decided it was her or me? And she gives us a few little paragraphs where she says that her mother took her to the ear, nose, and throat specialist for her voice. And she even writes this weird part where she says, Nick said my childlike chirp was sexy, so I didn't understand the issue, and I told my mother, never in front of the doctors, of course. I knew better than that. But on the way home, I went on and on like, well, a squeaky wheel. She even details their conversation on the way to the car, where she says, there's nothing wrong with my voice, I said with a whimper as she pushed me in my portable wheelchair to the parking lot where our car was parked outside the hospital in downtown Kansas City. And according to her, her mom responded and said, you heard the doctor. That voice of yours might mean there's a problem with your larynx. So according to her, 1 month before the murder, her mom was going to try to cut her throat. At least that's how she saw it. But right here is her patient appointment summary report. And right here on 5/1/2015 is her appointment with the ENT for the vocal cord dysfunction syndrome. But there's one thing I would like to point out. How did that conversation, that car ride, and that doctor's appointment ever happen when the appointment was canceled, Gypsy? You didn't even go.
I've been just talking away here and forgot to turn my mic on. I said boom. I was saying boom. 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 No doctor appointment. We're just going to leave that there. Thought I'd just drop this little extra video for you guys since I did. I don't know. I do know that last night, you know, when I was exporting the video, it took 3 times longer than normal. When I was uploading the video to YouTube, it took 3 times longer than normal. So, yeah, something crazy was going on for sure. I think it was my network. Like I said, I kept getting unstable network all day. Just watching a video or anytime I was connected to my Wi-Fi when I was home. So, I guess it might have been that. I was talking with the microphone off. But I hope you enjoyed the emails. This was just a little bonus video for my mix-up. I don't know how to go back and fix it, so I just added the video clip in. I'm sorry. Hopefully this is working good. I even do, like, you know, on my app to make sure that the sounds are all stable and, you know, that they match. And yeah, I don't know. I'm getting so tired though. It is 1 a.m. Let me go edit this and I will see you guys in the next video. But how about that, Gypsy? You want to explain that again? Where's the deflection? Let's see where it goes. We're the ones that, you know, are making Ken take accountability for something Gypsy said. I've never even said a thing about Ken's, if he is or isn't. I don't care. I really don't. I hate to even speak about him, to be honest. But I do want to know, Ken, how do you feel now seeing, we've said this before, you defended her whenever we said these emails came out and she was talking to other men. How do you feel now after seeing, well, the Lifetime show? They're listening, knowing that she was talking to Ryan, sending him photos of baby Aurora too. How do you feel? Is it still a heightened sense of emotions from a breakup? I don't get why these two stay together. They're toxic. They're bad. There is no love there. He looks at her like, ooh. She even pushes him away. I noticed in some videos too. She deletes him off of all of her content. And let me tell you, she loves a married man. loves a married man. Look at these emails. You know, she loves to talk to dudes who are with a girl or married. Loves it. And Rogie, he's all up in those comments. He knows this too. He's all up in them comments. Rogie's gonna go for the possum. He wants that red cherry, but anywho, I'm just leaving it light, and that's just funny. We're just joking. It's just a joke. I am challenging you guys. I'll see you in the next video to a spit battle. I love you guys. If you like my crazy content, please like, subscribe. And I'm wore out. Oh my god, I'm so tired, you guys. I gotta get some sleep before my day starts again. I'm tired. But I have to, you know, keep it up, keep growing. It's worth it. It's gonna be worth it. I know it. I know it. I know it. Thank you, Lil Frodo. I love you. Lil Frodo does all the emails for us, so thank you. Alright, you guys, I will see you in the next video. Unless something else happens, and then I'll hop on and do it. But yeah. Thank you so much for your support, your hypes, your love, your comments. You guys freaking rock. I love you guys. I'm getting crazy silly because I'm sleepy. Oh, good night. I love you guys. See you next video. Good night.